Hello. You may hear Clue Finder's 6th grade in the background. That's fine. My sister is currently doing the 6th grade math.
No, this is science.
Oh, 6th grade science. So you may hear Leslie and Owen weigh in on what I'm going to talk about today. And my sister. But today we are starting only a 2-part series unless I think of more parts. And it's called How to Pick a Guy the Kayla Way. As you saw by the title of this video, How to Pick a Guy the Kayla Way, we're talking about the bad ones, the ones you should avoid. Now, credit for this video idea goes to Ali Bandari from Degrassi when she said she should write a book called The Cheaters, the Liars, and the Pervs, How to Pick a Guy the Bandari Way. So when she said that, I was thinking one day on my way to Towson, I'm like, you know what? I should write a book. And then I thought, why not make a video? That's easier and I don't have to wait for anything to get published. So I'm letting you guys know right now, all 600 some of you, how to pick a guy the Kayla way. Now, if you are a guy and you're looking for a girl, this applies to that too. So this is from relationships I've had. So let's jump into it and talk about the guys to avoid. So number 1 is the calm one about everything. Now you might be like, he's calm about everything. That doesn't sound bad. What I mean that's bad about it is, let's say y'all are having an argument, right? Like he said something that really, really upset you and you want to actually talk to him about it, but he's just acting so calm and he's just like acting like it's no big thing, that nothing's wrong, everything's chill. It's gonna make you more angry because you're gonna be like, I'm trying to talk to you about this and you just want to act like everything's fine when I'm trying to have a conversation with you. Another thing could be, let's say that you're breaking up with him, right? Like it comes time that you're like, okay, I need to break up with you. And let's say you guys have been dating for a significant amount of time. So you're breaking up with this person and you're like, that's it, I'm breaking up with you. Like, well, then when you're breaking up with them, they're just acting like it's no big thing. Like it doesn't hurt them. You're just breaking up with them. And it's like, so you mean the whole time we've been dating, me breaking up with you, that doesn't hurt you at all? Like you don't see a problem with that? You don't? Like, that's kind of sus when like you're breaking up with somebody and they're just kind of like, oh, okay. Like, that's a little sus. So that's what I mean about the one calm about everything. Like it's like every time you're trying to have a real talk about an argument or you're breaking up with them, they're just like, oh, whatever. Shit happens, basically. Not the best. You need somebody who, you know, will actually talk to you about things instead of just be chill about everything all the time. The next one, the one who never sees you and breaks up with you over a message. Okay, so let's say you're dating someone. You never see each other outside of school, work, like wherever you see each other. Let's say you're going to college with this person, right? You start dating them. You see them on campus and you hang out with them, you do your little dating thing. But outside of let's say you have a class with them. So outside of a class or seeing them on campus, you never see them anywhere else. Like you never see them outside of school or campus. Like you only see them in those areas. Like that's not no. So, and then he decides that, oh, he wants to break up with you. So instead of telling you in person or finding a way to tell you, he decides to type you a message. Now you all know about you don't break up with somebody over the phone or over a message or over social media or how. If a guy breaks up with you over social media, that is a big red flag. That's a big fat red flag. You know that guy's no good. So of course that's why this guy is one of the ones to avoid, because he's a big red flag. Number 3, the one who is suffocating. So I don't mean like they want to be around you all the time 24/7 and it's sweet. I don't mean that. I mean the guy who literally like won't give you a second to yourself. So, you know, the person who always needs to be around you, knows what you're doing 24/7, like always wants to be next to you, never gives you like, you know, space to breathe, whatever. And they might not even realize they're doing it. So it might just be a good guy who's like, you know, doesn't realize it. That's why you got to kind of talk about this one. That's why this one is confusing. But if it is somebody who's suffocating and he knows that he's suffocating you and you've talked about it and he just doesn't want to change his ways, that's a red flag, because he's not respecting that you want your space sometimes. He's not respecting you, and therefore, you know, it's a whole big thing that goes into it. But if he's not respecting you and that you want some space sometimes, I would say let him go. The sexual harasser. This should be self-explanatory, but if a guy is trying to get you to do sexual things that you don't want to do, especially in public, that's a red flag. So like he'll touch you a place that you've asked him not to touch you and he doesn't listen. He won't stop bothering you. He won't leave you alone. He'll send you a bunch of messages to try to get you to answer him. He will try to unbutton your pants in public. These are just some things that might be red flags, you know, not respecting that you don't want to do things, not respecting that you're not comfortable with that. It's just kind of a red flag, you know, if they're not respecting that you don't want to do something and then they're like, let me just unbutton your pants in public. Like it's any other day and you agreed to doing this in public with me. No. We don't like those people. Next one. The freshman, and the abuser, and the narcissist. Now, we're going to take these one by one. Freshman, there's not much to say. That's just when I dated them. The abuser. You never want to date somebody who is physically, mentally, and emotionally abusive. Because that's not good for you. Obviously, physically, no, like if they're going to put their hands on you, that's disrespectful. That's not what you want at all. Mentally, you don't want someone who's going to manipulate you and gaslight you, because they're going to make you think that everything you said was a lie. They're going to make you overthink everything you've ever said, everything you've ever done, and like that's just not somebody that you want, because you don't want to overthink everything that you do and say. You want to be secure in a relationship that you're going to be in. And emotionally abusive. You don't want people to make you feel like shit constantly. You've got your depression and anxiety for that. You don't want somebody to literally be your depression and your anxiety talking to you like that. Like, no, you want someone who's gonna help lift you up, empower you, make you feel like the baddest bitch ever. You don't want somebody who's literally gonna be your mental illness. So that's why I say that. Narcissist, y'all don't want to date a narcissist. It is tiring. Dating a narcissist is like going back and forth. Like one day they're love bombing you, the next day they're like saying you're horrible and you don't mean anything, and it's like ping ponging back and forth, and you guys are going to get so dizzy and confused. And dating a narcissist is exhausting. Like my psych professor said, it's exhausting. The psychopathic stoner. So nothing wrong with a stoner. This is just a way to describe it. You don't want to date a psychopath. Just gonna put that out there. Anyway, so if you guys know The Outsiders, this next person that you want to avoid gives off a Dallas Winston vibe. So if you know The Outsiders, you know what I'm talking about. Kind of like the bad boy around town that kind of like just thinks he's the shit and basically does get any girl that he wants, but doesn't really treat them right. You know what I mean? Like they all don't really matter to him. He'll flirt with like anything that moves. He'll bang anything that moves. Or rail, whatever you kids say these days. So So an example of this would be, let's say you guys are like kissing and like doing romantic things like cuddling and all that, but you're not dating. And so you're like, well, what are we? And it's like, and he's like, what do you mean, what are we? And it's like, well, like we're doing all this couple stuff, but we're like not dating. It'd be like, well, do you want to be dating? And if you say yes, then it's like, then we're dating. That's not really, that doesn't sound like he wants to date you. That just sounds like he wants to keep doing the things with you. So he'll say that you guys are dating because he knows that's what you want, so he can keep getting what he wants. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like that's the red flag of it all, is that he just wants to say whatever will keep you there, so that, you know, that's basically the warning sign there. That's it. Okay, the obsessive and possessive one. I don't really think I need to explain this, but just in case you all are confused, you do not want a guy obsessed with you. I know a lot of young kids are like, oh my gosh, I wish my boyfriend was obsessed with me. No, you don't. No, you don't. The obsessive possessive one will text you all hours of the day. Where are you? Who are you with? What are you doing? He will accuse you of sleeping with a close guy friend of yours if he thinks you're too close with him. He won't let you see guy friends of yours that may have liked you or do like you. Like, even if they're respecting that you're in a relationship, he won't let you see them because he'll think that maybe you guys will hook up or something. Like, there were just a lot of things where it's like kind of wanting to control your every movement, wants to be with you 24/7, won't even let you hang out with your own sibling. You know, things like that. It's like, why do you hang out with your sister? Like, you always see her, you never see me. Things like that, where it's like, if you already have a plan to hang out with your sibling, go hang out with your sibling. Don't drop everything for the person you're dating. Like, it's just kind of like, sorry guys, my nose is itchy because of allergies. But it's like, you know, like, the mental disorder shamer. You never want to be with somebody that basically says you're crazy. Now, they didn't actually come out and say that, but they talk about your mental disorders in a way that's basically saying you need to be on medication because you're crazy. That's basically what I took away from this conversation with this person. And it's like, are you serious right now? Like, you're going to literally talk about my depression and anxiety like nobody would ever think about dating me because I have this? Like, that's not a way to talk to somebody with a mental disorder. You talk to a person with a mental disorder the same way you talk to anybody. You treat them the same. You don't say, oh my gosh, you should be on medication. I didn't know you were a doctor. So, yeah. The possessive one again, but this time with dark magic. So the only thing new is that they have dark magic. Don't date somebody who does dark magic, because you can date somebody who's Wiccan and you can date somebody who does magic. I'm just talking about, don't date someone who's doing voodoo, black magic, all of that, because they can make pacts with the devil like this one person did, or demons, and it will not end well for you, because the demons could seek vengeance on you as they see fit. If you hurt this person, just don't do it. It's not a good idea. One boy I thought of right now is the boy that says he only wants sex. He comes out and just says it. If someone comes out and says they just want sex, and you are not comfortable with that, and they're not willing to like back off, drop them, block them, do whatever you have to do. And the number one person that you want to avoid is the one that sends dick pics. If you did not ask for nudes, you should not receive nudes. So if you did not ask for it and you did not want it and they sent you one, return to sender, block, do whatever you need to do. But yeah, this is part one of the ones you should avoid. Let me know if you've ever dealt with any of these boys. Let me know if this video helped you not make a bad decision. Just let me know what you thought in the comments. The next video in this is going to be boys that you should look for. Because, you know, I'm helping you avoid the douchey ones and I'm helping you find the good ones. So anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!